Now for our feature story of the day, let's break this baby down. Rumors are circulating that the UAE now holds $40 billion worth of Bitcoin as nation state FOMO has begun, and probably has begun a while back. Also, let's not forget that just recently there was the big Bitcoin conference, I think maybe last week or the week prior, over in Abu Dhabi. Trump Jr., I guess it was Eric Trump, actually gave one of the best speeches at the event and confirmed that they're going to be adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve and how bullish him and his family truly is about Bitcoin. And you already know I've been leaking insider information from Max Keiser all year, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But this is a brand new tweet from Vivek, who I respect, who wrote rumors, and bless you, Nippinator, rumors that the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, now holds $40 billion worth of the Bitcoin as the nation state FOMO has begun. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that particular sentiment. Someone wrote here, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, I expect most of the Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds to be heavily invested, and I agree with that sentiment. Also, we have Lark Davis. Shout out Lark. He says rumors are circulating the UAE just purchased 300,000 of the Bitcoin. If that turns out to be true, nobody is bullish enough. Let's consider how much money is out there in the Middle East. We're talking all that oil money. And he wrote here, Bitfinex 2025 market outlook. And shout out Lark Davis. I remember when I first got to crypto, he used to refer to himself as the Crypto Lark. And I used to follow him, and he always has some good content, so respect. But anyways, I also wanted to share this because this is quoting Max Keiser. We've been leaking this all year. He says, the speculative attack is just getting started. Saylor, Bukele, and the Saudis are all in. 220,000 Bitcoin in play, and so is 1 million. And if you've been paying attention to the podcast, Max Keiser recently increased his Bitcoin prediction this cycle by a factor of 10x to 2.2 million. But who started breaking this story first? Your boy, Max Keiser, and I've been reporting it. So this was back on March 10th. And I didn't just announce it like one time. We started, they had the Saudis meeting with Bukele. There's been a lot of inside information. So I'm just going to read you some of these trending stories that I shared previously. Max Keiser predicts 300 trillion purchasing power moving into Bitcoin, sending the price 150x to 10.5 million per coin. Quoting Saylor, Bitcoin is going to continue to progress to 1 million a coin, 2 million a coin, 5 million a coin, 10 million a coin. Bitcoin price to reach 10 million per this date from Fundstrat. Shout out Thomas Lee. Quoting Max again, and this was from December of last year. The Saudis will make Michael Saylor look like a peanut. A 500... Oh my God, how many zeros is that? I think that's $500 billion buy order triggering the God candle is already a done deal. And for Max to say that, you already know he has some insights. He doesn't just make stuff up out of thin air. That's why he is the high priest. He also said the implied hash adjusted price for Bitcoin is over 400,000. That was back in December of 2023, and the hash rate only just continues to hit new all-time highs. Another quote from the high priest right here. These two are teaming up to make Larry Fink, BlackRock, and Saylor look like peanuts, referring to the Middle East here, with a buy order of 1 million Bitcoin, making a $100,000 God candle. Also, there was news Russia to build a Bitcoin mining hub in Ethiopia, Africa, which I covered last year in December. Also, quoting Max, Russia's getting deeper into Bitcoin as we have been reporting would happen for 5 years. And that was around the time the news Russia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Iran will start doing deals in Bitcoin. Qatar knows this and is pulling the trigger on a huge Bitcoin buy for their sovereign wealth fund. Remember the Qatar rumors? Again, this all goes back to the Middle East. So I'm just showing you some of the trending stories I did share. Back in January, Qatar and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia may be making a Bitcoin announcement next week regarding a major 1 million Bitcoin buy order. So the $1 million question becomes, when Max was reporting this and I was reporting it on the pod, were they buying behind the scenes? You let me know. And then on January 1st, BRICS officially doubled overnight, where the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Egypt, and Iran are officially members of the BRICS. The Saudi 1 million Bitcoin buy and God candles a done deal, quoting Max Keiser, of course, there. And I mean, I can go on and on. Bitcoin will catch gold, 750,000 is a done deal, 220,000 in play. My upper target for the cycle was raised to 750,000. That was back on March 11th. There's some proof of work. And again, he just recently upped that target to 2.2 million, especially with a strategic Bitcoin reserve. He says the speculative attack that Saylor and Bukele are making against the US dollar and all fiat money using Bitcoin that moves 300 trillion of purchasing power into the Bitcoin is a 150x move. 70,000 an example, 10.5 million per Bitcoin. And again, I'll maybe read a couple of more for you. And we'll go from there and we'll discuss this, shall we? But yeah, I mean, the BRICS news, BRICS continues with their de-dollarization movement. And you already know Bitcoin will catch gold. We know the gold market cap is currently 17 trillion. Bitcoin market cap is just shy of $2 trillion. And when we flip gold, game on. You know what I mean? Also update what I heard 9 months ago and reported on is happening. The largest oil company in the world, Aramco, Saudi Aramco, is doing a Michael Saylor and putting billions into Bitcoin. The FOMO is real. And I'll just stop there because there's endless stories, I mean, right in alignment with these rumors. But I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think they'll come out and make the big announcement, or do you just think they'll continue stacking on the low? Do you think it's a bunch of bullshit, or do you think there's credibility there? Anything Max says repetitively, I give massive weight to because he's the high priest. He's been preaching about Bitcoin since it was a quarter. So you got to respect that. And with that being shared, welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I'm going to do my best to read as many comments out loud as I can. There are about 400,000 Bitcoin over the counter and another 2.4 million held by all the Bitcoin exchanges at the current accumulation rate. The entire available supply of the Bitcoin is consumed in 35 weeks. Supply shock, that is right, and that's pretty accurate. The lowest amount of Bitcoin available on the exchanges right now. And what happens when there is very limited Bitcoin for sale and there's mass demand, such as the institutional FOMO, nation state FOMO, state adoption FOMO, sovereign wealth fund, pension fund FOMO, pretty little bitty going up. And shout out to Chandy. That's where I actually got that rhyme. Pretty little bitty going up. It comes from one of the tracks, and I like that. I say it a lot now, I realize. Pretty little bitty going up. Because it's a pretty little bitty after all. But anyways, welcome everyone to the live stream. I have Fury for the win for the trilogy. I hope Tyson wins for the trilogy as well. He looks like he got his game face on. I mean, I can't say anything down about Usyk because it's going to be a great fight. But I do think Tyson has the power to take him out early, especially with the extra 50 pounds he bulked up. I think he's weighing in at 50 pounds more than Usyk, which is incredible, I mean, for a heavyweight fight. They will stack on the low, letting the market be spoofed for as long as possible. I agree. It wouldn't be advantageous to make a big announcement because then they're just going to pay more as they continue to accumulate. And you got to remember, secretly, I think the Bitcoin hash wars, which, you know, Max Kaiser gets all the credit for coining that phrase, has begun a long time ago. And especially now that they know that Trump is going to be, or at least he's openly speaking about, adopting the strategic Bitcoin reserve, stockpiling the Bitcoin, making the United States, you know what I mean, the Bitcoin mining hub of the world. Other countries are probably stacking the sats because they don't want to get left behind. They're trying to front run each other. This is the game theory we've been preaching for a very long time. But anyways, fam, here's what we're going to do. Over 300 people on the YouTube. Much respect. Greatly appreciate all the support. We've been streaming for the past hour and 10 minutes. We're going to end the YouTube stream and continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusive on X and Rumble.